Yo and hello, this is Tuffy with Let's Talk Gundam. Tonight we have Nick once again and Jessica. Sadly, we do not have Adam with us. To start off, I'd like to apologize for last week's technical difficulties that were brought on by Java. Everybody but Java, we hate it. I'm switching to Apple. And now on to the actual show. Let's see. Right now, we'd normally be introducing anybody that we have that's new, but since we don't have anybody that's new, we'll be moving straight into the most recent episode. Nick, over to you.
Well, I'm gonna catch up on the last two episodes because episode before last was them entering Earth. They had a big space battle, so you got to see all the Gundams. It's kind of like what you were there for, and then they introduced a bunch of new Gundams, and they had a lot of the option sets on there too. So to sell toys and whatnot. That's what we're there for. And the latest episode was like they'll do like an action one, then like a political episode. So this one was like the political episode where there wasn't too much Gundams. They did talk about how they were set up for the Galileo, and it was pretty much just a big setup, and how there was a big argument between Biscuit and Orga. They kind of had a falling out, but they made up in the episode. I like to see it go a little bit longer. And then they was also talking about how they were betrayed by the older guy who kind of sold them out. And
yeah, that was sort of earlier on though. Whenever he sold them out.
Say what now?
That was earlier on. Whenever he sold them out and everything, like around episode 6 or 7.
Sell them out because they were going to protect them because of what they did to the colony to help free the workers. But then by the end of it, I guess somebody pulled some strings and he kind of sold them out. And now the next episode, they'll probably introduce a new Gundam because there was a girl on there and they're going to show her team fighting. And so now I think the next episode should just be all Gundam battles, which is what people are tuning in for.
Hey, there we go. That's what makes the show great.
But I do like the break from the action, and they developed a lot of the other characters like Eugene and a couple of other guys from the back, like Akihiro. They actually gave those guys some screen time, so it's not just about the main three people. So this episode was more about filling in the rest of the cast and showing them kind of chilling by the beach, like a downtime episode.
Okay,
if you get into the show and you dig it, then it's good,
So it's sort of like going into the back history of Kigali in Gundam Seed?
Yeah, but you know how every episode, every anime has that beach episode?
Yeah.
This, their version of the beach episode.
Oh, yeah.
Minus the girls with big bumps and boobs, they still, there's a bunch of orphan kids. But this was that downtime before the storm episode.
Oh, it's the calm before the storm, man. Hurricanes are brewing.
Yes, sir. I think the next episode, somebody, it's been a while since somebody died. So, I'm trying to figure out which character's next up because they got to kill somebody off as the main character. That's kind of part of what the show's been doing. So, the one guy that was up, and Ein, he almost died. And they had a big debate about whether they should add, robot parts to him. Because when they add the robot parts, it's kind of in their world, you're, lower class. And that's what makes the orphans so outcast. They all got the little enhancements on their back and stuff. So it's going to get real the next episode. Somebody's going to die. I'm just ready to see who it is.
I still remember whenever, what was his name, Mr. Chocolate went and saw the implant on what's-his-name's back, and he's like, ew, that's disgusting.
Yeah, when they got to Earth, the other people would see their implants and kind of ugh, and turn their nose up to them. And the one guy that got on the bad guys team, he got injured, and they can save him by putting those implants in him. But now it's a big debate of if they do that, he's not human no more, and so they're kind of debating whether they should save him with the implants or not.
All right. I was about to ask something about the show. How do you feel about, since they pointed out the Gundams are 300 years old, and they have made a special point of pointing that out, how are you liking the way they're having modern weaponry being able to hold up against basically antique farm equipment?
Well, from what I gather from the show, they didn't really go into it. After the war, the Gundams were kind of cast aside because they were too powerful. Get rid of your nukes.
Mm.
And now if you still have other weapons, the nuke is still as strong.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the thing was, you gotta have that little implant in your back to fully do it. So they brought up the whole like those implants are subhuman and they're disgusting. If you have, you're you're not, you're lesser human. So people wouldn't do it so they can maintain power. And like they would really like to, I guess, brainwash the masses so they wouldn't get bionic implants and be like that form again.
Okay.
It got a little deep. Like it always gets like a little deep and then comes back.
So it's actually touching on some stuff that's going on now. Like I'm not sure if you're aware of the transhumanist movement that's going on right now, where like this is actually a real thing going on in the U.S. where they're trying to do genetic upgrades to people.
Oh, I didn't hear nothing about that, but
yeah, it's the 2045 movement is what it's actually called, and they're talking about trying to do cybernetic enhancements, and by the year 2045 we will no longer have a need for a physical body. And they're
like
basically
I'm all for it.
They're taking the humanity out of human, or they're taking the humans out of humanity.
Well, that's kind of
really weird.
Talking about too. Like they were saying, if you, in order to get the people to not, they made it like you would be outcast if you had it.
Okay.
And they say it in the show. They use that to control the people. Like they even said it in the show.
Okay, so
if you plug directly into the Gundam with the little back attachment, like you can like control it better and like sort of like the psycho system.
Okay. So overall, how would you rate the show so far?
I mean, I like it. Like if you dig the characters, a lot of people can't get past the character design, like the little hair thing that the main guy has and that kind of stuff. But like I dig it. Like I like it. So I mean, I think it's really good.
If we're gonna talk about weird hair, then I'm just gonna bring up Troa Barton every time. I'm sorry. Okay, as far as weird hair goes, Troa Barton, and he was one of my favorites.
He's got a point.
He had that little weird, like hair flip.
It's like it's spiky down the front for no reason.
Yeah, and it looked like it was like
covered half his face.
Yeah, there it is. And he had like so much hair gel in it never moved. Like it never moved.
Ever. It's like he could change directions. He'd be running full speed, doing back flips, front flips, whatever, and it always stayed solid.
But the dude
worked at the circus.
Hey.
That was part of his powers.
But,
powers? Powers? What powers?
Okay, he had super hair.
What power? He was Troa Barton. Actually, he wasn't Troa Barton. He just took that guy's name. He just took his name. Troa Barton got killed.
He said, "I'll be Troa Barton."
He's like, I'll do it. I'm a mechanic. I just happen to know the way this thing works. I don't really have a name. He's like, I'm Random Red Shirt. Yeah.
But red shirts die.
Except for the Doseki guy.
True.
The Doseki guy and Scotty were the only two red shirts to not die.
Are we sure about that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I will find out.
Uh-oh. We're crossing universes now. Fact checking. All right. About now, I'd be going into talking about the new stuff that is currently available at Animazing Escape in Georgia. And let me bounce over to their page real quick to see if Kim has updated any of this. Man, there's lots of new builds that people have going on. Oh, there's an event coming up for there.
Yes, I'm excited.
Nick, tell us about the event.
It's basically, you ever seen like IGX or you didn't watch Build Fighters, did you?
I watched a little bit of Build Fighters.
It's well, basically we're taking like a 3-man team, and you gotta have like a common theme, and everyone builds like one of the one kit where they all have a common theme, be it the same color, or maybe just like the same kind of kit, or they all can transform, or something that's all in common, and we're gonna judge them based on the 3-man team.
So basically, like the Magical Girl Gundams or the Bear Guys, or
like a Sailor Moon thing, but Gundams, no. But it's just like on the Build Fighters Try, the 3-man teams they had on there. but she wants them to have all like a kind of a. You gotta have a theme so they look like a team, you know. Like we all did the same colors, and we kind of got. Some, I don't want to give it away, but we got another theme going too, so it's gonna be really fun. And I'm going to go ahead and put it out there that says I have the best one already.
Oh.
Put it out there.
Oh, you can throw it out there that you got the best one already. Not trying to promote yourself or anything now, are you?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm throwing it
you're
out
not self-promoting on the show, are you?
there. I'm proud of this one.
Shameless.
It's going to be Saturday down in Animated Escape. The model meetup starts at 2, and then until everybody leaves.
Sweet. All right. Let's see. All right. I think this may be a short episode for us, but now we're going to go and we're going to bounce in to Gundam battles. All right. Tonight, our two mobile suits that are going to be facing off are. Yep, there we go. We got the Zaku, and we've got the Leo unit. Now, those are two Zakus, of course, because, you know, Char Zaku and regular Zaku. But we have the Zaku versus the Leo unit, not having any special pilot, nothing like that. Just one-on-one, straight-up brawl. Jessica, take it. Who do you think would win and why?
You already know my answer.
Yeah, but you get to explain why. You there, Jessica?
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, the phone fell. I was having trouble staying up.
Right. Who do you think would win and why?
I don't know. I'm not very familiar with it. Even after you told me everything about it, it's just like.
Okay. Well, for those viewers who are not quite aware, the Zaku that we're going to be looking at is your standard Zaku 1. Okay, not Zaku 2, not Char Zaku, not Special Zaku or anything like that. Just your standard Zaku. It comes equipped with a 105mm machine gun, 280mm Zaku bazooka, because you got to throw in the name in there to make it sound really awesome. The Heat Hawk, which is basically a tomahawk that has an electrically charged blade. Okay, not the whole blade. It's not like it's a beam axe or anything like that, but just like the end of it is electrically charged. And apparently a pump-action shotgun.
Shotgun!
Okay, a pump-action shotgun, which, as Adam has said, is his vote. So we have one vote for the Zaku. Oh, and it also could have a twin 280mm Zaku bazookas if it wants to have a bazooka in each hand because reasons. Alright? And that right there is facing off against the Oz 06MS Leo. Alright? Its weapons or armament, it has a shield, which the Zaku does not have, so take that into account. A beam saber, okay? A 105mm rifle, and its space variant has a beam rifle, and a couple of them have bazookas or Dover guns that were similar to the tall geese. So, with this in mind, take it, Jessica. Which one?
I think I probably have to say the first one.
The Zaku?
Yeah.
Yes!
Alright.
I like the idea that beam saber and.
Well, beam saber was with the Leo unit.
Oh, I thought you said that was with the other one.
Nope. Beam saber is with the Leo unit.
I'm still go with the first one.
Okay, so we got one vote for the Zaku, 2 votes for the Zaku. All right. What about you, Nick? Who are you voting?
Do you really need to ask? Because it's sitting right. It looks like it's sitting right there.
Right there. Right there.
I always favor, I guess you'd say, the non-energy weapons, because the energy weapons always like overheat or they're out of shots or whatever, versus like the Heat Hawk, the bazooka, the Gatling gun. You know, you got bullets, you got an actual, you know, metal wet edge against Sharp Blade. So I always go with the Zaku. Historically, it has not been the greatest unit cannon fodder, but you put a good pilot, a decent pilot in the Zaku, less chance of anything going wrong. Give me the Zaku.
All right. I'm also going to have to say the Zaku. My reason is I like the way it looks. And apparently the Zakus have a shoulder shield that I did not notice at first. I don't know why I didn't remember that because I've built it enough times. I like their bazooka. I like their beam gun there. I mean, for the longest time, Char Zaku with his gun pointed like this straight at a Gundam was the background on my computer, man. It was great. And overall, yeah, I liked the Zaku. It had a good feel for it. It was straight to the point. You knew what it was going to do. It was there. And yeah, you put the right pilot in a Zaku, and Earth needs Gundams.
Yeah, it wasn't built for anything but war.
Yeah, it was built to come in and shoot shit. And that was it.
I'm going to rephrase that for you. It was built to come in, fuck shit up.
Yeah, it was built to come in and fuck shit up. But
Press talk wins for me.
Something that surprised me once Unicorn came out, the entire time I've been watching Gundam, I kept thinking that the Zeon was the bad guys. And it didn't stop me from cheering for him because I like Sharp. But after you watch Unicorn, you find out they were actually the good guys. Like, they just wanted freedom, and the way that Earth went and got even with them and stuff was they killed their leader.
It went back and forth through different series, I think, anyway. But I mean,
but Zeon was founded on basically the same way the U.S. was trying to get free from Europe. That was basically Zeon. And then you had the Earth coming through. It was like, no, we're not going to let you free. We're going to go and imprison you. We're going to go and make y'all be second-class citizens because y'all are from space, and that's what Earth does. America.
See,
America.
that's what Iron Man Orphans is about. They're from Mars, and they're trying to get like equal citizenship or whatever, and then like the Earth people are trying not to. And they're trying to get that one girl who's like a princess or something, because apparently they have princesses in Gundam, and she's trying to like free them.
Well, they did have Princess and Queen Relina.
Yeah, it's weird because they're like in the future, but then they got like kings and hierarchy, and they wear like old school English clothing. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. Well, that was something I noticed throughout all of Gundam, though. I mean, you look at, what is it there? G Gundam. They still had that kind of stuff because you had Neo France. He was a prince. And he wore antique clothing. But I think they were just making fun of France because they could. But also, a great thing about Zeon, they have no problem making a mobile suit that says, "Look at my dick." Anybody who has built the Nightingale knows what I'm talking about. That model just screams, "Look at my dick! It's right here!" Oh, and I got a gun.
Which is the same size as it?
The gun's a little bit bigger. But you notice its penis more, and I mean, it's just like, blam, there it is.
Put something against that.
You make a mobile suit named Monica Lewinsky. Oh, okay, no, cross the line with that one. Cross the line with that one. All right. So let's see. We're gonna bounce over into the Q&A portion of the show now, where people have asked questions. The first question that was asked is, how many colonies have been destroyed in Gundam, and how many do you think are being utilized as the background? That short answer, a lot.
All of them.
There are a lot of colonies that have been destroyed. I mean, Char went and dropped one on Earth. Earth went and gassed a colony. Zeon killed colonies. They destroyed them with
Unicorn. They set everything on fire.
Yeah, Zeta set everything fire. let's go and what was it there? Gundam 0083. They went and made a mirror system to reflect the light from the sun to just go and melt colonies.
And then in Iron Blood, they haven't dropped any, but they just went in there and shot all the people.
Oh, and
Counts.
then let's talk about Gundam Seed, because we got the poor little Kira Yamato here, and what does he do? Bad guys come in, they're stealing the Gundams, they're trying to get out, they're under orders, don't destroy the colony. He's like, all right, I'm going to go and stop these guys, and start shooting, and sure enough, man, he puts a hole in the colony, ends up like...
Like the first episode?
Yeah, within the first 2 episodes, he accidentally killed 1 million people. I mean... And this is the person they want to be flying the mobile suit. They're like, we need him to do it. So, no, you don't.
Like, imagine you're just like checking your mail in the morning, and then a Gundam shows up, and a big ass hole just pops open.
It's like, well, you just got sucked into the vacuum of space.
Yeah, terrible.
Anybody live? Oh, sorry.
Like every day you have to call your friends to make sure who's alive still.
Yeah, be like, hold on, I gotta check with this colony, gotta check with this. Oh, this colony's giving me a dead signal. They're gone. And I mean, you gotta wonder.
It's when they call the phone doesn't ring, it just goes beep.
Yeah, that was our next question, as from Brianna. She's asked, what is the salt content of Kira's tears? Probably a lot, because he was a salty little bitch.
Oh.
He was.
Oh. It's true, but it ain't right.
It ain't right. I mean, where's the lie?
Exactly. Don't get me wrong.
All right. Let's see. Give me just a second. I've got to open up for this one. What did he put? I just lost it. Okay. In the 8th MS team, they gave Lieutenant Amada a custom mobile suit. Why did they do this? I honestly don't remember. I believe it was because it was a command type, and all of the other members of the Crazy 8 had the RX-79 models. They gave him an RX-81 that was slightly more powerful. Command type, it probably had like an extra antenna on the side of its head so that he could communicate or something like that. It helped progress the storyline of the show.
Good answer.
Oh, Nick, you actually had an answer to last week's question about Gundam.
Yes, it was originally called Gundam, which stood for gun damage, because it was about how the beam rifle was more, I guess, powerful than like the regular. Because you notice he was the only one with the beam rifle in the original series, and then they didn't like the way it sounded, so they changed it to Gundam, because I guess it was just easier in the Japanese language to say. And then on, they kind of made it into an acronym when people kept asking, "What does it mean?" Because originally it didn't mean anything.
Okay. So it was just there, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, there we have. We have the answer. It was just thrown together to be there. You know?
Damage.
Huh? Okay. Now we know. And I keep trying to look up something. If y'all bear with me for one moment while I try to look something up real quick. It is actually pertinent to the show. And of course, my computer's being slow.
Of course it is.
Yeah, because so have you built any new models lately?
I'm in the middle of this guy. I just have left is the wings, the decals, and the guns. It actually isn't as terrible as I was hoping it would be. And I'm gonna go on, I guess, camera and audio and say that I like it. It's a Wing Gundam. I like it. Like the colors.
Is that high grade or master grade?
It's a RG.
Okay.
Yeah. All these RGs. That's what I do.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's not terrible. It's actually pretty cool.
There you go.
That's the only thing I've been working on, other than the one for the contest, which I can't show right now.
Yep. Don't go and self promote, man. Can't let you do that. I'll be like, I gotta mute you.
I've been working on a non-Gundam one. I got that Star Wars figure in the back. Other than that, that's it.
Nice.
Oh, I lied to you. I've been working on this guy, but it's a custom paint, so I don't have anything to show just yet.
Oh, that's a nice one. Let's get a nice view of that one. That is a nice one.
One of my favorites. I did the a custom of the double X, and I'm doing a custom of the I guess the regular X, which I like Gundam X. I thought it was awesome. This is one of my top 3 favorite suits.
Nice. So, what are your 3 favorites?
I like the Gundam X Mo from Bill Fighters. That's like the number 1. The Zigok.
Oh, yep. Zigok is awesome.
And then the X and the double X.
Nice.
Well, they kind of tied.
The double, or the one that you just showed. Go back up.
The double X?
Yeah. That looks a lot like the Freedom.
Let me
The
see.
shoulder weapons on it and stuff.
I got the Freedom down here.
So about like I was noticing more the shoulder weapons and how they were, and the fact that it also had hip-mounted weapons.
Oh yeah, it's got the I guess the X cannons on the top.
Okay.
It's a little different than when it's folded up. It looks a little different.
Okay.
But I can see the similarities. It's got the double shoulder cannons. The new Freedom coming out, the Master Grade 2.0 Freedom, looks really good.
I honestly want them to make an entire set of Oz mobile suits because I want the Ares and Leo and the Mercurius, the Bay. I want like good qualities of them, not like the old school Walmart versions. Because while I'm sure we all got our start on those,
yeah.
My newest one that
I'm glad they're doing the 2.0 because some of those kids are just like super old, and like I want to get them, but then like they're just old, you know. So now the 2.0s, I can go back and get some of the older kids. Well, I guess get some of the older Gundams from the older series, but with the new technology. So I'm digging like the 2.0 remakes. Like I'm digging it.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is the hands, because like if you put a hand in the wrong arm by accident, and you're not careful, that hand will get stuck, and you'll basically have to disassemble it or be very careful lining up the pin whenever you pull it out because the ball socket locks into the wrist.
I have never had that happen, but now you got me nervous about it.
I actually had it happen on my new Gundam. I went and put the right hand in the left hand slot because I was rushing, wasn't paying attention. And I'm like, ah, shit. So I went to pull it out, and like the wrist came out, but the little ball socket stayed in, and I'm like, fuck. So I had to do the same thing on the other arm and just be very careful pulling that hand out also because it's got a very fine pin that's like 0.5 millimeter thick that you have to line back up and slide back into the ball joint. But yeah.
Outside of that, how's it going with that one?
Oh, it's going great. I've got both of those finished. Let's say we have this guy right here, and I'm having to be careful because I think I just disconnected his leg again. This guy loves to have his right leg dislocated. I'm thinking it just needs better, you know. I think I just didn't push it in tight enough or something like that.
Yeah, I've never built it.
I like it. It's probably one of my favorite models. It's one of the last of Char's mobile suits that I actually have to get. So whenever I got it, it's like I was very happy with it. It took me, I want to say, about 8 hours to completely build, but I also had work going on also.
Yeah.
But this is the one I'm waiting. I'm starting this one tonight.
That's gonna be.
It's gonna be a beast.
That's the word I was thinking.
I'm thinking about mounting it from my ceiling. So if next week, right there's a giant mobile suit just sort of floating from the ceiling. Yeah, that's what it is.
Will you be done by next week?
I'm off tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, so there is a good chance. Let's see. Oh, sad. We only have me watching the podcast. Thought we had more people. Oh well. Well, we only have one watcher right now, but that doesn't mean other people won't be tuning in as they're able to watch later. So
yeah.
That brought up something I was going to be discussing on the podcast tonight. As we've officially hit our first and second official episodes, along with episode 0, episode 1 being technical difficulties like there's no tomorrow. I was wanting to institute some possible new segments. A segment where people submitted fan art for the show, and as prize, then it would be set up as our cover page on the actual Facebook group that I have, or the Facebook page that I have. As well as once a month, the winner would get a free Crunchyroll weekend. What do you guys think about this?
I like it.
That's pretty cool. Crunchyroll's good too.
No, yeah, Crunchyroll's really good. Because then y'all can be up to date with Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yep.
By the way, this idea was originally on the Fairy Tale podcast, and I want to give a shout out to them on helping me get all of this up and running, and the massive support on, well, helping me get walked through all of this. So yeah, Fairy Tale podcast, y'all are awesome. Let's see. I was trying to think of a couple more segments, and would like to have the viewers be able to chime in more. Message us. Tell us stuff y'all want to hear about. Tell us something. Try to stump us. Jessica here and Adam are the two masters of Gundam Wing. They know that shit in and out. So try to stump them with a Gundam Wing question.
Good luck.
Ask what Dorothy Catalonia's father's name was and see if Jessica knows.
Ask them what they use for Troa's hair.
Super. That industrial glue you get at the like Costco warehouse.
Yeah, industrial glue.
I wonder if anybody's ever cosplayed as Troa. I'm gonna look that up.
Yes, there actually was. I posted up a picture of it on the Let's Talk Gundam Facebook page. Let me. Yep. They had it down. Like they had the entire group down.
I'm gonna go back and look at it again.
I'm about to screen share it here. So. Gundam episode 2. Where did I share it? I could have sworn I did. Oh, yeah, here it is. All right, so let's see. Screen, wrong button. Screen share. Full screen. This one. All right. So let's zoom in here. We have Wu Fei, Ketra, Troa, Duo, and Hero.
Wow.
Oh, they did that.
Yeah, they did a really good job there. So my props to whoever these people are. If I could give y'all a Crunchyroll subscription right now, I would.
Yeah, he did just have on like a green shirt.
Yep.
Like shorts.
Yeah, he went walking around in a wife beater and shorts. It was like he was too lazy to even put on pants. Hero's just like, I ain't got to worry about putting on pants. Screw pants.
I need to get the Sandrock. I did like the Sandrock. I need to get like a master grade Sandrock.
I like the alternate variations of the Endless Waltz OVA variations that they have for the different Gundams from Wing. Like, have you seen the one they had for Heavy Arms?
I can't recall it. Was it the blue one?
It's this one.
Oh no, I have not seen that.
But yeah, if you look, he's got a minigun.
So I can get down with that.
Yeah, it's like this is one of the alternate variations. I like that one. I really can't wait for them to finally put frozen teardrops in America because that would be awesome.
What's the update on that? Anything?
I have not gotten any more of an update on that. I'm watching for it. I'm waiting for it. I'm ready. It's like I can't wait for Gundam Wing Frozen Teardrops to come out because that's gonna be the shit.
Direct sequel, right?
Yeah. Duo's kid is in it, and
No.
Duo is apparently a priest because he's Father Duo.
Oh, they time jumping this one.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like 20, 30 years in the future, something like that. Oh, and guess what? Relina has once again been kidnapped.
Oh.
It's like
I'm gonna watch
Jack
it.
Bauer's daughter on the show 24. You know she's gonna get kidnapped.
I'm gonna watch it and buy all the kids. I don't know why I'm complaining.
Oh yeah, the same here. And that brings up the last question that somebody asked. How many kits do you think Bandai is gonna put out for Iron-Blooded Orphans? I'm gonna say like 5 different variations of each one.
I'm about to say they're gonna get about 3 more Barbatos and then like 7 more Grazes. And the correct answer to that is until people stop buying them.
This is true.
And you know what? I'm one of those people. Keep them coming.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Look,
If I like a series, like I want every suit, like the suit in the background, like make that one. The one that got blown up in 20 seconds, make that one too.
see, I like collecting sets. Like that's why I want the entire set of Oz Mobile suits because you got the Leo, the Cancer, the Capricorn in the manga that they never released. You had the Libra space station. Like I want all of them. I want the white base. They actually have like a 1/5000 scale model of the white base, and I want the white base.
Well, with the Iron Blood Orphans, they just announced like 2 kits today, like the Astaroth and then like another MSG. And then they also announced that there's going to be a 2nd season of Iron Blood Orphans, so those kits aren't going to stop anytime soon.
So what about Gundam Thunder? What was it called?
The Thunderbolt?
Yeah, Thunderbolt.
Well, they're re-releasing the ones that are already out as like a different color version, like the anime color version. So they're gonna be re-releasing the same kits, and they announced they were gonna do some of them master grade, but they haven't shown anything from the master grades over.
Like I want to watch the manga. Or yeah, watch the manga. I want to watch the anime.
Well, like the 2nd one should be dropping soon. I don't know why they're spacing it out so far, but then the 2nd one should be coming out probably by the end of the month.
Nice.
Beginning of next month.
Nice, because I like that. I like the way it looks because they went back to the classic Gundam look. Yes, you got to get into building models. You got to get into getting Gundam models.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple of the original kits from the manga. It looked pretty good. Like their kits look pretty good. I was gonna get to collecting them after I kind of got caught up on Iron Blood. I don't know if I'm gonna wait for the master grades to come out now and see what they look like. But a master grade of the Zaku big gun is gonna be huge.
But, do you know anyone who has any ultra grade models?
No.
Because I want an ultra grade, a 1/40th scale size model. I want a Gundam model I can put on and walk down the street. I would do that. I would cosplay that thing. It'd be like, all right, I ain't even got to build the cosplay. And if anybody's like, oh, that's not accurate to the show, be like, bitch, this is made by Bandai. Yes, it is.
Keep walking.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, what is it, the high-res Barbatos? It's like 1/144th, and it's like $170.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of think about getting it.
All right, so now we're on to the tips of the trade of Gundam models, what would you suggest for anybody trying to work on Gundam models? What are some things that you suggest?
Are we talking like starter, intermediate?
Yeah, either or.
Panel line. It's the simplest, easiest thing to do. Like panel line, everything. Like just grab your first kit, get a panel line marker, and then just go for it.
Yep.
You know.
Uh,
Outside of that is I'd say hobby knife and cleaning nubs.
I actually use toenail clippers.
Do you? I heard people use that. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Yeah. I've got snips and toenail clippers.
And another, what I tell most people who just start is like to get like a low costing kit, maybe like a early Zaku kit, or like Armba kits are like $13 now. Just grab one of those and just sacrifice that kit. You know, like learn how to paint or panel line or do different techniques. Just sacrifice that kit and use it as a like work on kit. And like the Iron Blood ones are pretty easy because they're cheap and like they're usually like one color. So you can practice painting, you can practice panel lining, and just sacrifice that kit and just learn on your techniques. I mean, that's what I did.
Okay. Jessica, what do you want to be your first Gundam model? Oh, they actually sell Gundams at Barnes and Nobles in Bridge Street.
Yeah, they got a lot of like RGs and a lot of Bill Fighter stuff there.
Oh, we can't hear you.
You're on mute.
No, she's not.
Are we having difficulties?
Oh, she's not muted. It wouldn't be an episode of Let's Talk Gundam if there wasn't technical difficulty going on.
He's waving to us.
I see you. But oh yeah, they actually have the real grade version of Endless Waltz Wing Zero down there. I think it's like $39.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them at the ones around here, but they're very limited at the ones we got in our area.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about it for the show tonight. Sadly, we only have one watcher, and that's me, but that should pick up later on, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
For anybody else out there who decides they want to watch the show, please watch the show, leave feedback. I'd like to thank everybody who does watch, everybody who has made this all possible. As I said, Fairy Tale Podcast, Nick and Jessica for being here tonight. Adam, though he may have had technical difficulty, gave a good shout out and everything, and helped with the Gundam battle. Next week we will bring you another epic Gundam battle, and well, so long, good night. Y'all have a good one.